I really don't like homework. I think it's a waste of time, and we should be outside doing stuff because we have 7 hours of school every day.
I think there shouldn't be any homework because we should be able to do all the homework in class and not after school.
We have enough work in class, so I don't think that we should have homework because we already do enough.
It's not necessary because why should you have to do homework? I think it's only necessary if you should have to prepare for like a quiz or
and pointless, and it just gets.
I believe that homework has a place in the child's learning, but it has to be relevant and it has to be appropriate in terms of what kind of homework is assigned. I believe that projects are worthwhile. It's something that is extended over a period of time, and the student has to learn how to manage their time. And I think that's a really valuable lesson. I think that's something that they need going into adulthood, how to manage their time with projects. I believe, though, that the amount of homework that's given is a challenge, and I think that that nightly homework, it is a struggle because I feel like that kids are doing their homework just to get it done. I don't know that they're really learning anything at that point.
My overall thoughts of homework are they're really bad because I really hate homework. It stresses out people.
Well, personally, I don't assign a lot of homework because I believe if I cover the material well in class and give the students an opportunity to play with or work with the material in class, then homework doesn't become a necessity. But some homework, if it pertains to the learning and is an extension of the learning, is probably a good idea.
My overall thoughts of homework, I guess, are that I think it's a good way for students to practice things that we've done in the classroom. I used to be a real proponent of homework, thinking it was really important. I've sort of changed my thinking as time goes on and students are doing less and less of the homework, and I don't necessarily see that that's impacting their grades. So I think it depends on what kind of homework you give them, how valuable it is, and what the purpose behind it.
Homework can be valuable sometimes if it's used appropriately. If it's not used appropriately, if it's just meaningless busy work, it's not any good.
Homework is, I hate homework. Homework just, it bugs me, you know? I mean, when I get home, I don't feel like doing it, and I just totally just want to do my own thing, just hang out with my friends and stuff.
When you think about it, it's kind of weird that after spending all day in school, kids are asked to do more academic assignments when they get home. What's weirder about that is that we don't think it's weird. That we never stop to ask whether it's logical, whether it's consistent with our ultimate goals for children's development, or whether any research supports it. The questions I want to ask about homework are not the little bitty questions like should we cap it at X minutes. I want to ask the question, why do kids need to work a second shift when they get home on academic assignments? The downside of homework is clear to kids and their parents, painfully clear. Kids who are frustrated, who are exhausted, families that are changed for the worse by the appearance of homework, the nagging, the homework wars, and even the fact, when you think about it, that parents who've been away from their kids all day, sometimes the first thing out of their mouth when they see their kid is, "So do you have any homework?" How sad is that? That the relationship between parents and children must be shaped by the school's agenda even after school is over.
The type of homework I have at home is pretty much just all subjects. The most homework I hate is math because a lot of times I don't understand exactly what we can do. Last night I had a lot of homework and it was really frustrating because my math homework I didn't really understand.
The homework that the kids feel that they can be successful with. If it's something that we've started in class and they're on a roll with it and they can just take it home and complete it. Also something that's a little novel, something that's a little different, sort of puzzle sorts of things that are a little more entertaining. But just to send just the same old thing over and over again. But I would say the biggest, my biggest success comes when the kids leave knowing that they can be successful with it.
Probably something that's project-oriented, where they've had a lot of time to work on it, and there's been a lot of chunking involved, and maybe even some class time dedicated to them getting part of the assignment done, so that they can just finish it up.
Not in disagreement of an extension of learning. Occasionally, work needs to be done outside the school hours, but it's an extension of what's happening, that learning, that engagement, and that fun, engaging behavior outside of school. Research, educational work, stuff they're going to learn from, not busy rote memorization work that we assign because that's the time limit that we need to assign them to.
Once they get it, I think that should be it. They get it. I think that if it's, you know, minimal, possibly. Yeah, I'm not against homework totally, but I believe it should be very minimal.
They say that I'm like in charge of my own destiny. If I don't get good grades, then I'm gonna get grounded, and it's not their choice to do my homework.
Helping me with math. He gets frustrated, and then I get frustrated, and then we yell at each other.
A lot of fights with my parents, to the point that it really get mad.
It is a struggle to accomplish homework, and it's not. I can't even tell you the amount of time it takes for them to actually do it. I can tell you that it takes me all night to get them to sit down and do it. I get home from work. We have a time when we just relax and have a snack, and then we start on homework. And it could take a good 3 hours before everything is complete, because a lot of times I need to sit down with them for encouragement, but for them to actually learn something, because if they're doing it and they're doing it incorrectly, they're not really learning. They're actually learning the wrong thing. So if left to their own devices, you know, they won't do it. So I do have to sit with them for the most part to accomplish what they need to do. And I just feel like at the end of the day, they just aren't able to really process any information at that point. I think they've spent all their energy really focusing at school. So by the time they get home, it's like if, you know, when we come home from work, after we put in a long, hard day, last thing you want to do is more work.
Say that I don't have homework when I know I do, and I'll do it like the next day or something, or procrastinate, kind of like do it on the bus tomorrow or later on tonight while I'm in bed. So, and my mom, she finds out, you know, and she's like, why don't you do this? And then we have an argument about why I didn't do it.
Well, it is a struggle, and unfortunately I look like the bad guy. It's unfortunate, because then I take on this role that's not a fun role, because I'm trying to get them to do it when they don't want to do it. I think that I have smart kids. I think they do very well in school. It's not that, it's just they're not ready to sit down and focus after a long day. So then I'm the bad guy, and I'm the one who has to make them do it. And so it's a shame, because then too we don't get to spend that quality time after school just, you know, doing things together.
Yeah, sometimes we fight on doing homework, and we just kind of, we just fight about me doing it, and sometimes I just kind of, one time last year just didn't tell them I had homework, and that turned into a bad situation, because then I had missing assignments and I forgot to do it, so it's turned out a little bit bad when I don't tell.